Hi guys, welcome back to the MBA podcast and director series. I have Madhvi ma'am with me. Madhvi ma'am is director at Welingkar, Bangalore. Ma'am, I'm going to ask you a simple question, straightforward question, जो बहुत सारे बच्चे पूछते हैं. बैंगलोर में बहुत सारे ऑप्शंस हैं एमबीए के लिए, बी स्कूल्स के लिए. एंड देयर इज ऑलवेज अ कंपैरिजन कि हम वेलिंकर मुंबई चले या हम वेलिंकर बैंगलोर चले. इज बैंगलोर ओनली फॉर आईटी, so and so forth. So as a director, I would love to know from you why one should be joining Welingkar Bangalore.
So thanks for inviting me for this
Pleasure is
podcast.
mine, ma'am.
And it's a very valid question. And this is a question which most of the students who come from my foundation fortnight still have in their minds, saying whether the choice of joining Bangalore campus was the right one. And I would say that every student who's passed from this campus has always come back and shared how nice and how valuable this experience of 2 years in Bangalore campus was for them. And let me explain why. So with a vision of nurturing thought leaders and practitioners, Bangalore campus was set up this campus was set up in 2008,
Okay.
where with programs like PGDM, e-business, research and business analytics, and design thinking.
Right.
And the way we have grown from 17 students to 280 today, 270 is the intake, 270 today, has been a journey which has been marked by us achieving a lot of milestones. So one, the fact that we are housed in the midst of these 175 companies brings in a lot of corporate interaction, which is very important for B school students in these 2 years. Bangalore having the kind of the startup culture and the innovation culture, again there's a rub off of students who pick up the program in Bangalore. And this campus, the nice small boutique campus that you see, allows for a lot more freedom and free thinking. So you see the way the classrooms have been designed. Each classroom actually is like a design lab where you get to look at exploring the multiple ideas which you have, and you learn a lot of things by doing. That's why on the campus there's also a prototype lab. So what we tell our students here is it's okay to try multiple times. It's okay to fail because there's a lot of learning from that itself. So the thoughts you have, make them into models, try them out in the prototype lab, try them out in the Innovi that we have. Because when you fall 7 times, you're bound to rise 8 times and then, get going with your career. So this has been the ethos at the Bangalore campus. And I'll probably add a little bit about the journey of the management education program itself for the Bangalore campus.
Okay.
Apart from the fact that it's a 2-year full-time PGDM program, we've looked at what is that the industry is looking, because we are so closely working with them. And I myself have seen this journey where a management program now no longer remains a management program. So there is a flair of IT, flair of e-business. We've moved on to get in a flair of design thinking, which is the DNA of all programs in the campus here, innovation, creativity. We've moved on now to AI and emerging technologies. So every program of mine has got one subject on emerging technologies, because every student who passes out from here, I don't want him to feel that he's short of an answer when some discussion is happening either on AI or emerging technologies, and looking at some of the job careers and the titles which are available now might not exist in a couple of years also. So how do we prepare the students for that? So this 270 intake which I have allows us to mentor each student, because each student is very different. His learning style is different. So that is what the student gets. And I think that's the USP for the Bangalore campus.
Okay. So, ma'am, there is always this, thing that the students keep on asking that, if we go to Bangalore campus, hamari placement IT mein lagegi, because it's the Silicon Valley of the country.
Right.
How diverse has been the profile of students on the campus, and how diverse has been the placement? Like, when you talk about BFSI,
Absolutely,
or anything else like startup culture and all that.
Right.
Can you give some thoughts on it?
So this entire shift itself in my intake has moved. Earlier, when we started, I had at least 60 to 65% of my batch coming with an engineering background. Today, I would say that the number has cut down drastically. I have a bigger chunk coming from commerce, BBA, liberal arts.
Nice.
And I also see that the shift in student in terms of trying out with these subjects at a graduation level. Being in Electronic City, not necessarily that the students are going to be placed here in Bangalore and Electronic City.
Right.
So my profile of the companies which comes to campus here ranges right from IT, ITES to consulting companies to BFSI. By the way, last year and this year, the maximum number of specialization opted was finance and not
Wow.
IT as a vertical.
Wow.
So finance, I see, especially after COVID, I think youngsters have also realized that banking careers are
Yes,
something which are
absolutely.
really flourishing.
Absolutely.
And finance as a specialization is what the students are opting for. So going back to the profile of the companies which come, so there is of course IT and ITES. We are seeing consulting companies, we're seeing BFSI, e-commerce, retail. We have good number of students. What I would not have today is media and entertainment, because that entire industry works from Mumbai.
True. True. Makes sense, ma'am.
So that's something which I wouldn't attempt from Bangalore. But otherwise, all these profiles exist in Bangalore campus, and I'm sure students are aware that there are a good number of startups, and the startups
Yeah.
and the some of them are tech based, app based, and some of them are even product and services, other product and services, and that's where we are heading. Because I also see the number of students after PGDM who want to try out entrepreneurship. I see that number increasing slowly.
Okay.
So that's why on the Bangalore campus, we also have an incubation center. And I'm
Okay.
very happy to share this. Three of my alumni have their companies incubated out of the Bangalore campus itself.
Superb.
So that's again a wonderful opportunity for students to
Okay.
have the safe environment of wanting to try their hands at setting up a business. And the entire ecosystem has been set towards that.
Cool. So it's good option for non-engineers.
Absolutely.
So because non-engineers के लिए मैम options भी बहुत कम होते हैं ना, because everywhere it's engineering dominated. So Bangalore has that option for you guys. And number two, the good news is that कि अगर finance करना है, so Welingkar Bangalore is going to be a right choice for you. Now, ma'am, my last question for the day. As a director, what's in the kitty or what's in the pipeline for students? Let's say अभी अगर batch आता है 24 का, 26 में they'll be passing out.
Right.
They're very worried. They're very much worried about placement कैसे होगा वगैरह वगैरह वगैरह. But then what's in the kitty for them? Like any changes that you're doing on the campus or any extra subject you are adding on to,
Right.
anything you want to share with us, ma'am?
Thanks for asking that, because I was really wanting to share that information with the prospective students. So while the campus itself is looking for an expansion in terms of the infrastructure, that being aside,
Is it?
yes.
Oh, nice.
So we are wanting to look at very strongly on areas of emerging technologies. And what we've done consciously is looking at what the future job profiles look at. We try and plug in that for every program.
Yes.
As maybe as a credit course or as a vertical. So what we foresee is this knowledge of emerging technologies. So be it your AI, ML, understanding predictive, prescriptive. While you might not opt for that as a career choice, but being aware of these topics is very important.
Yes.
And we see that there's a strong focus and a lot of career options coming in the areas of ESG and sustainability. So we are introducing, with one of the best consulting companies, we are introducing a course on sustainability for all our students.
Nice.
And of course, the students here in Bangalore and of course Welingkar group itself have an option to sign up for some of the online courses with the Ivy Leagues of the world, and that's something which will be offered to the students.
Wow.
So these are some things to look out for. And the assessment center concept which we have on the Welingkar campus allows you to get tested on your competencies and make the right choice for your specialization. So it's not as if people are taking marketing, let me take marketing, but it's a conscious choice, and by design you can pick up the specialization that matches with the competencies which you have. And what we do in these 2 years is allow you to take those assessment tests and then mentor you towards that specific specialization.
Nice.
And then also what we started last year is something called as a student development lab, where we look at what are the kind of specialization students might want to opt for, which are the companies which would come under the specialization, slowly groom the students right from the first year itself towards those career choices. So folks, all that is there at the Bangalore campus waiting for you. So make the right choice.
Thank you so much, ma'am. This was super awesome, to be very honest. And I think you would love to get trained under such a leadership. So guys, do hit the like button and make sure that you follow more for us. Thank you so very much, ma'am, for your time.
Thank you. It was
Take care,
wonderful talking to you.
Same here, ma'am. Same
you.
here. Thank you.